Hi, this is Thomas Mizer,
And this is Curtis Moore.
and we are the songwriters for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And now we're going to answer some questions for the BMI, How I Wrote That
Ooh.
Song.
You're gonna pull them out of a jar, Tom?
It's a marvelous
Oh,
jar.
the marvelous glass.
Yeah. First question. How did you know when your personal trash man can was complete?
When we had to show up in the studio and record it. I mean, yeah, it's so interesting as theater writers. We're so used to doing things really slow. It takes so long to write a theater piece. With this, we only had, how long did we have, Tom? 3 weeks?
We had about 3.5 weeks from first hearing about it to the first recording session.
Yes, so it's very fast. It's never really finished until we're finished. We probably could have kept working on it more and more and more, but at some point...
Until it's ripped from our cold, dead hands.
Exactly.
Exactly. Question number 2. What was it like remotely collaborating to create songs for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel? The funny thing is that we have been Zooming long before Zooming was cool. I used to live in Brooklyn and he lived in Manhattan, and we couldn't be bothered to go onto the East River to see each other sometimes. So we would Zoom. And the thing is that it focuses your attention. I think it helps in a certain way because what we would do is we'd pass recordings back and forth to each other a lot.
Yep.
And that way you're listening to your work more than just talking and playing in a room. You're having to actually listen to it like recorded, and that can help you write a song better, I think. Okay, next question. Describe the song creating process for Your Personal Trash Man Can song from Maisel.
We got this assignment about 3 weeks out, and so that set us in motion. And Amy Sherman Palladino, the creator, she knew specifically that she wanted tap dancing trash lids, and she wanted us to mention certain things about trash.
We had to move so quickly. The first thing we did was I think the first thing we hit on is we talked a lot about the dancing and the entertainment of it, that it wanted to have sort of pizzazz and feel very like showbiz. And the phrase "take it away" came up,
Yes.
which was the idea of that worked both as like trash and worked as entertainment. And that kind of was the thing that lifted us. Next question. What were some defining moments in your early career that shaped your creative process?
Oh my gosh, so many. I mean, Tom and I met in college 5 years ago. Nope, much longer than that. And
Right.
but we also took the BMI music theater writing class in New York together, which was a really amazing experience that we had together. We had a really amazing class. We had people like Tom Kitt and Brian Yorkie and Jeff Marks and Bobby Lopez and Amanda Green. It was a really, really powerhouse class, and we're still really good friends with most of those people. And I think we just really took off in that environment.
I think also what the Layman Angle class gave us is something that actually we use very much with Maisel, which is that idea of an assignment and having to learn to write quickly to something like being given a prompt instead of what's coming out of your heart and sort of like singer-songwriter. It's like being told, no, you have to write a song about Blanche Dubois. Go.
Exactly. When we're gonna do a whole cabaret evening called Songs That Make Me Blanche,
Yes, and I hope we still do.
which we should do.
Next question. How did you want the songs in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel to make the audience feel? The most important thing about the songwriting for Marvelous Mrs. Maisel overall is feeling like it's a part of the world. It's like the costumes and the set and our songs should all make you feel like you're in 1960, 61, 62, and anything that takes you out of that is going to ruin the spell of the show. So in many ways, we have to sort of turn off our ego and let you believe these songs always existed. We've done our job right if people believe those songs are from 1961.
Yep.
Next question. What techniques did you use to channel the neighborhood trash man character when writing this song?
Well, we spent about maybe 3 weeks working as trash men in New York. No, that's not true. None of that is true. What really we did was we really tried to think about being the writers of these shows. And we wrote each one as if we were a different composing writing group. So one team was like a early 50s kind of throwback. Another team was advertising guys doing the kitchen number kind of jingles. And then for Trash Men, we kind of were thinking about the new forward-thinking writers in the 60s, Sondheim and Kander Nebb, and doing the razzmatazz and all that kind of stuff, and jazz hands. And it also, I think we really tried to bring in, elements of the mafia, right, Tom? I mean,
Yeah, there's like little jokes because in the episode, you see the writer of the show, and he's worried that the mafia knows where his parents live and where he lives. And so we took that note to heart and sort of layered, like, he can't help but put jokes about the mafia into the lyrics of the songs. So it wasn't so much worrying about the story of the trash men, it was worrying about the story of the writer of the music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we're flying. What is the best advice you can give aspiring music creators?
I think the one thing that Tom and I always try to really keep in mind is to be a collaborator and a friendly face in the room. I can't emphasize enough how much it pays off to be a good person. You want to be someone that people want to work with, you want to be someone that people like to be in the room with, and you want to be friendly, collaborative. You know, if someone has an idea, yes, that's right. How does that work? Let's see if we can make that work. Right, Tom?
Yeah, I completely agree, because we sometimes talk about it from the theater world as the tech test. They are the longest days in a dark theater. You don't see the sun. You're eating bad takeout food.
Yes.
Who do you want to be sitting next to by the third day of 16-hour work days? Be the person that's going to make that 16th hour maybe not great, but more pleasant, because they're up and going to try and going to laugh with you. And being that person is going to pay off when you've got two resumes in front of you. People do remember. Believe me, people remember. There's only one question left.
Oh my gosh.
Let's make it a good one. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
What TV show had the best music when you were growing up?
Oh, I mean, Tom, it has to be the Muppet Show, right?
I was gonna say that.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
those arrangements and of those songs and the guests they had on that show every week was as good as any other variety show. And just a little side note, our mentor and friend Larry Grossman was the music director of that first series of it through the late 70s into the early 80s, right?
Larry Grossman, he was an alumni of our university, Northwestern University, and he came back and go Cats, and we had written some music for the student written musical there, and he pulled you aside, said, quit your electrical engineering.
Why are you studying electrical engineering? Yeah.
You're a composer, so it's his fault. We're here today because Larry Grossman told you to quit electrical engineering.
And the Muppets.
Thank you so much. This is Tom Mizer.
This is Curtis Moore.